We've been working towards launching it for about a year and a half, getting the property ready. And once we were ready to go, the key gap that we had was trying to find someone that could actually handle the sort of guest interaction, the day-to-day run of the property, the letting people in and out, the security, the changeover of the keys, just making sure it was in a good, presentable nature to sort of meet clients and guests as they were sort of turning over on quite a high rate in areas such as central London where it is. And then we started looking around. There's a few people, big players in the market, and we found Houst. Spoke to a few others as well, see what sort of package they offered, and ended up going with Houst to sort of take care of our basic guest interaction needs. Been with them now for a considerable few months and quite busy periods as well. Constant communication throughout, really good solid track record of dealing with our clients, awesome feedback for across platforms as well, which is obviously the main important aspect of this sort of online short holiday let business as well. But yeah, been happy with it from start to finish. We initially went in with the flexible contract, which allowed us to sort of test the water and see how we got along, and then have signed up to a fixed yearly contract after we're happy with the products and service. We were a traditional landlord with our property in central London for quite a few years, and that started to bring more negatives than it was positives that we saw. Then we decided to go to short-term lets. There's Airbnb and other such platforms, but mainly Airbnb at the time became a thing where short-term leisure lets were now sort of the main option within the market and gave us a route outside of traditional lets. We decided to do that and we did it ourselves. Whilst it's successful and busy, it was a lot of legwork. There was a lot of pressure, constantly dealing with customer queries, interactions, booking requests, etc. online, let alone the actual physical legwork of even if you found a solid cleaner, letting them into the property, making sure it's turned over, checking it was inspected up to a certain standard, actually just handing over the keys, the lockbox. It was a lot of work and it was busy. So the main benefit that we saw of generating higher revenue and greater flexibility was outweighed by the amount of legwork we had to put in. At this stage, it was a few years ago, there wasn't a service provider such as someone's Houst who could sort of cover that gap and that legwork. And whilst there is obviously a fee for doing so, the service they provide far outweighs the fee that's taken in order to allow us to generate profit and ultimately have like a low touch model where we have the property, we know it's entrusted, we're covered with certain agreements and insurances, and Houst handle everything in between really. So yeah, the negative we used to have, we've managed to solve with Houst.